I started to really feel like it was either her or me.
If you thought the first part of Gypsy Rose's documentary was insane, then you aren't ready for night 2, because in episodes 3 and 4, Gypsy really reveals some crazy-ish about her mother and her life under her care. Okay, but before we get into it, make sure you watch the video that I released yesterday where it tells all the bombshells of part 1 of the documentary, because that was also insane. Okay, all right, now let's get into it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys. Number 5. Gypsy once shot her mom with a BB gun that she believed to be real. You see, in the documentary, Gypsy said she ran away from home with a 36-year-old man named Dan, who she met at a sci-fi convention when she was 19. However, at the time, Gypsy believed she was 15. After her mother found her, Gypsy said Dee Dee chained her to the bed for 2 weeks as punishment, using handcuffs and a dog leash. Things got so bad between them that Gypsy said she even thought about running away again. So after she gained her mother's trust back and was freed from the bed, Gypsy said she then packed another bag, and this time she kept it hidden while waiting for the right moment to go. However, Dee Dee was a very perceptive lady, and there was one night where she had a suspicion that Gypsy was up to something and that she was possibly going to run away again. So she ended up searching the house, and that was when she found Gypsy's bag. Scared of what was going to happen next, Gypsy said she immediately grabbed her mother's gun that she saw lying around on the table. And why was it out, you might ask? Well, Gypsy said her mom had used it earlier in the week for shooting practice. So when she got the gun, she pointed it at Dee Dee and started threatening her with it.
When I shot my mother, I just remember thinking like, oh my God, did I just do that? What did I just do? A couple of them hit her, a couple of them hit the wall, but the wounds were superficial. It barely grazed her.
At that point, Gypsy said she realized she was holding a BB gun, which made her feel relieved because she in no way intended on killing her mother.
But the point is I was shocked that I pulled the trigger at all.
Then get this, in order to explain her injuries, Dee Dee then lied about it and said she and Gypsy were robbed in a parking lot at Walmart where a man shot her 10 times with a BB gun.
So Dee Dee killed 2 birds with 1 stone. No one figured out that her daughter rebelled, and then everybody felt sorry for Dee Dee because she was held up and almost killed.
Number 4. Gypsy said her mom once tried to put a voodoo hex on her using a cow tongue and Gypsy's menstrual blood. Okay, so as I mentioned before, things got pretty bad for Gypsy when she ran away the first time. Gypsy said her mom was so mad at her that she once tried to put a voodoo hex on her after the whole ordeal. And she did this by getting a cow tongue. I don't know how she got it. The documentary honestly did not say, but she got the cow tongue and she put it in a jar full of Gypsy and Dan's pictures and a little bit of Gypsy's menstrual blood, and then she dug a hole in her backyard and buried it there. Now, Gypsy did not know if this hex was real or not. It wasn't until she lost her ex-fiance Ken that she started to think that something was there.
Buried it in the backyard and said that you will never find love. You will never be happy. So I think that it's true. I just think it's true because it's like every time I get close to someone, they leave me.
When producers even asked Gypsy's father about what he thought about the whole ordeal, he said it actually sounds very believable because that sounds like something Dee Dee would do.
Dee Dee had this wizard that was tattooed on her leg. It was on her ankle, and she would play with magic, you know. When I was a kid, I seen Dee Dee playing with the Ouija board and spells and playing people over to get what she wanted, maybe mind control.
Number 3. Gypsy says her high-pitched voice might be due to a surgery that her mother once told her to get. In the documentary, Gypsy talked about a few surgeries that her mother had pushed on her even though she did not need them at all. And one of them was a surgery that she got on her throat where doctors operated on her larynx. And for those of you who do not know what a larynx is, it is a hollow tube that's in the middle of your neck, just above your windpipe and behind your esophagus. Now, when Dee Dee actually told Gypsy that she had to do this surgery, Gypsy expressed her concerns about it, but Dee Dee did not care.
For all my other procedures, I was put under general anesthesia. And I asked her, I'm like, can you make sure that they put me to sleep? And she's like, no, you're old enough now.
Number 2. Nick once asked Gypsy if he could take their daughter's virginity. Now, if you know anything about this story, then you know that Nick and Gypsy do not have any kids. Nick is currently serving a life sentence in prison for killing Dee Dee. And although Nick and Gypsy are no longer together, she did say that there was once a time where they had talked about the possibilities of having children together. And Nick once told her that his dark side Victor, who he says is a 500-year-old vampire, would actually love it if Gypsy agreed to let him take their daughter's virginity one day.
After that conversation, I dumped him.
However, Gypsy said she ended up taking Nick back after he apologized and blamed it on Victor because she truly thought that they were meant to be together. Number 1. Dee Dee actually alluded to her own death before she died. Okay, so hours before Dee Dee's murder, Gypsy was texting with Nick and making arrangements for them to meet at the house. One of the things she said that Nick had told her was that she should tell her mom that she loves her before it was too late. And Gypsy did just that.
I gave her a big hug. I remember her telling me, what's that for? I'm not dead yet. It was so ironic.
Ironic indeed, because what Dee Dee did not know was that her daughter's boyfriend was on his way to kill her at that very moment. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching because this documentary is insane. I'll keep you guys updated, so do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Tea with Joy.